Hello and welcome. My name is Jenny J, and today we're going to be doing 20-minute yoga flow specifically for tight hips and thighs. If you're a runner, an athlete, someone who sits at a desk all day or is constantly feeling really tight around your hips and your legs, this is going to be the perfect stretch session for you. This is something that you can do on its own, or you can tack it on to a workout. This is an all levels yoga class. We're going to be moving, flowing, and getting our heart rate up just a little bit, but you will feel so much more flexible after this session. For today's equipment, all you need is your body and a mat. Option to grab a block and a strap. Now, if you don't have that equipment at home, you're more than welcome to grab a stack of books, a water bottle, as well as maybe like a long sleeve shirt or a towel for a strap. And again, that is just optional. So let's go ahead and get started in a child's pose. We'll bring our knees nice and wide on the mat. Big toes touch. Let's walk those hands forward until our forehead comes down to the mat. And let's settle into this space. Take a nice big deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Again, inhale. Exhale, let it go. And one more time, inhale. Exhale, let it go. Come back to a normal breath here. As you slowly start to soften those shoulders away from the ears, using your exhales to allow those hips to come lower and lower down to your heels. Now, when you're ready, we're going to press on up to an all fours position. We'll stack our hands and knees right underneath our shoulders and our hips. We'll go into a set of cat and cow, warming up the spine. So on your next inhale, eyes gaze forward, arch the spine, tailbone lifts up to the sky. And on your exhale, round the spine, chin to chest, low belly tucks under, squeeze those abs. Again, inhale, finding a little bit more length. And exhale, lifting the back of the heart up to the sky. Let's go one more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. From here, find a neutral position. We're going to tuck those toes under, lift those hips up to the sky as the heels lower down towards the floor. If we're kind of waking up and just getting into our bodies today, feel free to start pedaling those heels right and left to give yourself a nice calf stretch, hamstring stretch. You can maybe sway your hips side to side, nod your head yes, shake your head no, do whatever you got to do to really feel comfortable in this pose. And then once you get all of those kinks out, feel free to find stillness as you press your chest towards the thighs. Bring those shoulders away from those ears. Firmly press all 10 knuckles into the mat. Take a nice big deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. From here, eyes gaze forward. Slowly walk your feet towards your wrists. We're going to find a ragdoll pose, so let's bend those knees generously so that our stomach can rest on our thighs. Allow your weight to shift towards the balls of your feet as if you're going to fall over in a somersault. And then let's grab opposite elbows here, using gravity to lengthen the spine down. You can sway side to side, nod your head yes, shake your head no, maybe lift your tailbone a little bit higher up to the sky to get a deeper hamstring stretch. From here, we're going to slowly bring those hands back towards the floor. One vertebrae at a time, we lift up until we find a standing pose. Once you make your way to the top, let's stack those shoulders right on top of those hips. Palms are facing forward. Let's open up the chest. Bring that belly button to the spine. Stand nice and tall. From here, on your next inhale, lift those hands up to the sky. On your exhale, find a baby back bend. Heart lifts up to the sky. Field goal post those hands out. Press those hips forward. Squeeze the booty. From here, inhale, hands rise. On your exhale, hands come to heart center. Fold it down, leading with the chest. Hands come all the way down towards the floor. Bend the knees if you need to. On your next inhale, find a half lift. Hands come to your shins or the tops of your thighs. Think about energy reaching through the crown of your head all the way down to the tailbone. Open up that chest. From here, let's slowly plant those hands down towards the floor. Step your feet back into a high plank. Don't worry, we're only here for a transition. And then pike those hips up, downward facing dog. Now from here, you're going to plant your left foot. Inhale your right leg nice and high for a three-legged dog. Now let's open up the hip, bend the knee, and take hip circles, knee circles, making 2 to 3 circles clockwise, and then 2 to 3 circles counterclockwise, really lubricating the hip joints. Once you've done those circles, let's extend that leg nice and high to the sky. Drive that knee into the chest. Place the foot in between the hands. And then we're going to ground down our back heel and open up to a warrior two. So let's talk about our alignment, starting with the feet. You want to make sure that this heel, the front heel, is in line with the back arch. Your toes are pointed about 45 degrees forward. Hands are extended. Eyes are gazing forward. Drop those shoulders away from the ears and make sure that those shoulders are stacked right on top of those hips. So we're not leaning too far forward. We're not leaning too far back. We're right in line. Nice big bend in that front knee and nice long and strong back leg. Now from here, you're going to reach those hands forward, come into a side angle pose. Your right forearm comes to your right thigh, lifting that left hand up to the sky, keeping that core nice and tight. Now option here, you're more than welcome to extend those fingers down towards the floor or grab a block, stack of books, and you can place that hand on top of your prop. Now from here, you're going to keep the depth in your legs as you inhale that right hand nice and high to a reverse warrior. Reach that hand nice and high to the sky as you lengthen the right side body. Left hand is grazing down your left thigh, little to no weight on that hand. Now from here, you're going to windmill those hands down, framing the foot. From here, toe heel that right foot to the outside of the mat so that your hands are now on the inside of the leg. We're going to drop the back knee down and come into a runner's lunge. You're going to feel a really deep stretch in the hip flexor. Now, a couple options here if you are limited in your flexibility. Feel free to grab a block. You can place your hands on top of that block just to give you a little bit more support here. Or if you're very flexible, you're more than welcome to drop down to one elbow or maybe two elbows to get a deeper stretch. So do whatever works for you. Again, we don't want to be fighting this pose. We want to be able to surrender, let go, ease your body into the pose so we're never shoving or creating this internal resistance. Use your breath to elongate those muscles and to allow them to soften. Now from here, you're going to toe heel that front foot towards the center of the mat. Now we shift our hips back and we go into a kneeling half split. We straighten the front leg. We're flexing the toes towards the nose. Hands are on either side of the leg. And we want to try to open up the chest here and flatten out the spine. So if you notice you're curving a lot like this, go ahead and bend that front knee or grab two blocks, two water bottles, whatever you have, and prop yourself up so that you can sit up a little bit taller here. You should feel a nice stretch all along the calf muscle if you're really flexing those toes, and then your hamstrings as well, back the legs. Now from here, let's bend into that front knee again. We'll bring our hands towards the front of our mat, step that foot back, and pike your hips up for your downward facing dog. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Let's go ahead and plant our right foot. Inhale your left leg nice and high, and we'll open up that hip, bend the knee, and take those 2 to 3 hip circles one way and then the other way. Really great to lubricate those hip joints, make sure that we stay flexible. Once you've done those circles, let's extend that leg nice and high, drive that knee into the chest, plant the foot in between your hands. We'll go ahead and ground down that back heel and open up to our warrior 2. Again, always takes a little bit of adjusting to make sure that we have proper alignment. So let's make sure that heel is in line with the back arch. We're pressing this front knee out so that it's in line with the second and third toes. Reaching those hands, eyes are gazing forward. Standing nice and strong and tall, finding that strength as well as the lengthening and opening of our hips. Now from here, we're gonna reach that hand forward, then bring the left forearm to the left thigh, side angle pose, reaching that right hand up to the sky, opening up the chest to the side wall. Again, option here if you wanna extend that arm down or place it on top of a block, you're more than welcome to. Try not to collapse into the shoulder, right? So really lift up, out. From here, let's keep the depth in our legs. Inhale, that left hand up to your reverse warrior. Really reach that hand nice and high, breathing into your left lung, shooting this hand down your thigh. But again, we're not putting any weight on it. From here, we're gonna windmill those hands down towards the floor. We'll toe heel our front leg to the outside of our mat and then bend that back knee coming into a runner's lunge. So again, take that option wherever you need it. You can prop yourself up a little bit higher, or you can even drop down to 1 elbow, 2 elbows, if you're extremely flexible. And sometimes we have a little bit more flexibility in one side versus the other. That is usually normal because we are dominant on either the right or the left. So give yourself a little bit of compassion if you're especially tight on this side. Now from here, we'll toe heel that foot coming back to center. Bring those hips back behind you. Go into a kneeling half split where we flex the toes towards the nose, stretching out the calf muscle, hamstrings, trying to open up the chest and trying not to arch too much here, okay? So again, using props to lift yourself up on either side if you need it. We'll go ahead and bend into that front leg. Let's bring those hands back to the front of the mat and then pike your hips back up to that downward facing dog. Nice big inhale through the nose and exhale out through the mouth. Beautiful. Let's go ahead and drop down to our child's pose. Knees wide, big toes touch. And just take a moment to notice if you are a little bit more flexible, a little bit more warm in those hips. That's exactly what we're going for. Nice big inhale. Audible exhale, let it go. Let's go ahead and press on up. We're gonna actually make our way to our backs this time. And if you do have that strap or towel, long sleeve shirt, whatever you got, feel free to put it to the side because we're gonna be using that in just a moment. We'll go ahead and bring those palms to face up around the spine as you make your way down. From here, we're going to hug our right knee into the chest. Feel that really juicy hip flex stretch on the left side. And what we're gonna do now is extend that right leg up to the sky. We'll grab that strap, place it around the ball of the foot, and use the strap to help us stretch out these hip flexors. Oh, if you need an option here, you can also bend this knee, makes it a little bit easier. We want to try to straighten the back of the knee as much as possible. So that's why we use this strap to kind of help us assist in doing that. Now from here, we're going to bring the strap over to our right side. Left hand comes down to a T position on the floor. It can be out to the side or at an angle. Now you're gonna open up the right foot and come as far out as you can. Now you might not be able to get all the way down, right? But as much as you can while maintaining your left hip being grounded on the floor. So if you notice that this hip is starting to come up like that, we want to reduce that range of motion to make sure that this left hip stays down and open up as much as you can. We'll go ahead and slowly come back to center. Let's release the strap and we'll go ahead and do this on the other side. So extend that right leg down, hug the left knee in. Nice hip flexor stretch here. And then from here, we're going to extend that left leg, bring it around the ball of the foot. Go ahead, you can bend this knee, keep it straight, do whatever you need to do. Let's try to flex those toes towards the nose. You're gonna get all the way from the Achilles to the calf, all the way to the back of the thigh. Try not to hold your breath here. Super important that you elongate your breath. It's going to help you in the pose. We'll go ahead and bring the strap to our left hand. Right hand comes out to a T position on the floor. And then you're gonna open up as much as you can while maintaining the right hip being grounded. Awesome. From here, let's bring that leg back up to center. We'll release the strap down, place it to the side. Let's hug both knees in to the chest. And feel free to give yourself some nice, easy knee circles, giving your low back a massage. It should feel amazing. Good. From here, we're going to bring those hands to a field goal post. So just bending those arms at a 90-degree angle. You're going to drop these knees over to the right side as you gaze to the left. This should feel so good for your low back. And we'll go ahead, bring those knees back up to center and switch sides. Bring those knees over to the left. As you gaze to the right, you're more than welcome to close those eyes to really just enjoy. From here, let's bring those knees back up to center. Last move, happy baby. One of my favorite stretches. You're gonna bring those knees nice and wide. Grab the soles of the feet with your hands and pull the sacrum down. So your tailbone area, if you notice it starting to lift up like this, you wanna actively press the tailbone down. You're gonna get a much deeper stretch in your groin, hips, inner thighs. This should feel amazing. You can also grab the back of the thighs here if your feet are too far for you to reach. And feel free to play around with your baby. You can sway side to side, just find stillness, maybe extend one leg and then the other. Do whatever works for you. And we'll go ahead and hug those knees in. Give yourself one. Grab the backs of your thighs and let's rock and roll the full length of your spine about 2 to 3 times until you make your way to a seated position to finish. We'll crisscross those legs. 2 big deep breaths to finish our flow today. Nice big inhale, hands up. Exhale, let it go. One more time, inhale. And exhale, let it go. Amazing job. Thank you so much for flowing it out with me. If you enjoyed today's session, please like this video, comment down below, and let me know what workouts you want next. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you get notified every single time I go live or post a new workout video. And if you're not already a part of JJF On Demand, my digital fitness studio, now is the time to join. You get a 4-week plan custom to your goals, whether you want to lose weight, get toned, or just dance it out and have fun. It's a great online platform to help you get fit at home, super convenient, and you get everything you need to achieve your goals. Support group, motivation, accountability, workout trackers, and calendars. So definitely check out all of the information down below in the description. You can grab a 7-day free trial plus 10% off your first month by using the code SLAY2021. And if you enjoy these workouts, please go ahead and share it with your best friends. I would love for you to help me spread the love and joy of just being fit and feeling good in your skin. So I appreciate your support, and I will see you next time.